Hey, BIS 301, how you doing? It's what, Tuesday, July 17th? Okay, I'm inside today. They were cutting the grass, so apologize for any distracting 83-year-old grandmother knickknacks behind me there. But that's mom. Okay, so I'm gonna look. We're gonna get into the action hot and heavy now in this course. So I'm taking a look at the course module 4 through my student preview mode. So I'm kind of looking at it the way you should see it, and I want to go through it with you to make sure that I can clarify anything. And again, always feel free to email me questions and comments, concerns, what have you. Any inconsistencies you might see. There's usually a little glitch here or there. There's so many little, bells and whistles and switches I've got to flip when it comes to changing due dates and things. Sometimes I mess up a little bit there. What I wanted to, I'll have the Module 3 work graded and finished probably by Thursday, end of business day. Do you guys know where to find the rubrics? Are you seeing the rubrics? A few of you, I copied and pasted the rubric till I remembered that I have the rubric actually in the scoring system. So most of you should see that on most of the, moving this microphone, on most of the work. All right, so follow the rubric, use those as guidelines. If you have any questions, if you can't find the rubric and you see the score but no rubric breakdown, then let me know, okay? And we'll walk you through that. All right, so looking at Module 4, we start with actions. It's just kind of an overview. Let me see if there's anything I should really point out here. It's all just me selling it here. Are you buying it? Okay. All right. The main theme of this is maps, the maps project, okay? Maps 1, 2, and 3. That's modules 4, 5, and 6. Those are your main papers in this entire class, okay? It's going to look intimidating, but try not to be intimidated. It's going to look really messy, I guess, the whole instruction thing. I keep working on it, and you should have seen it before, okay? Let's see. Yeah, I do recommend you look at all 3 maps instructions to see, because they're all kind of related, and when you're going through your initial searches and research, you should consider what you're going to need for. So I'm going to focus this thing. What's the problem? You should consider your other papers and save those links and such. I'm sorry. Okay, leaf blowers. That's nice. Whether I'm in Phoenix or here, I always pick Tuesdays, afternoons, and leaf blowers. Okay, so this camera's driving me nuts because it keeps focusing right here. Like, what is this? It's a black shirt. You can't focus on that. So I'm trying to get my face back in the focusing square. You guys like the professionalism of this, don't you? Okay, I don't think that worked. All right, best we can do. Man, that's so embarrassing. Okay, and I'm too lazy to do take 2. Okay, all right, so let's do the first Easter egg right now. Oh man, I had them figured out too before. I had some good ones. Doggone it. All right, well, let's do the first one. Will be I should never think of these things. I'm not writing them down. All right, I'll get back to that. I'll get back to that. Okay, you're watching it, right? All right. So, as you research maps 1, keep in mind you'll be looking for certain information for 2 and 3. Take notes, bookmark accordingly. It'll make this whole thing go a lot easier. It used to be one big final paper. We broke it apart to make it a little more digestible. All right. Okay. So there's support information. All right. Everything. Okay, let me go to the next page. Objectives, pretty simple. You can read that yourself. The readings, REPCO chapters 4 and 5. It introduces you to the concept of cognitive mapping, okay, which is a first step in interdisciplinary inquiry, okay, which is your going to be main thrust of BIS 302. All right, well, you're actually working the process of interdisciplinary integration, okay, primarily in your fields of study. Okay, so There's another classic article, Do You See What I See? And okay, it's Hugh Petrie or Petrie, and it's from the JSTOR. Let's see, how old is this? Oh, it's only came out when I was graduating from high school. Okay, so that was 76. All right, so it's kind of a lot to read here. I know how our attention spans are nowadays. It's about 42 pages. You're like, oh my God. Okay, so, but go through it as best you can. Look at, hey, a lot of it is, the pages are really short. So check it out. It's a good article, though. It really talks about how we see certain things, and it'll help give you idea about how we're thinking, how we think, how we normally see things, and maybe how we can tweak that a little bit through certain processes to make our analysis of any kind of issue or piece of work, make that analysis better in terms of critical thinking and looking at the interdisciplinary aspects of it. Okay, so now the MAP support information readings, support information for MAPS, MAPS concepts, theories, examples. All right, I got examples in there. Look at the examples. If you're not going to look at anything, look at the examples. When you see the examples, you're going to see what I want to see. Okay, you're going to see what it looks like. All right, so none of them are perfect. Okay, but they are good. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about formatting. You can see these things are formatted great. Length of them is fine. Okay, I'm concerned about content more than I am about length. Okay, but you can't get these done. I mean, there's a certain point, where length just becomes, an issue if you're going to go too short. I can tell that the effort wasn't there. All right, so you look at the examples of the maps. I have 3 different ones. Support information for the maps. Okay, it's a lot about primary, secondary sources. Here's a big problem with my students. And the first Easter egg is going to be sources. Okay, sources. All right. Academic sources, primary sources. That is direct research, direct. It's not like secondhand conversation. It's not anecdotal evidence of anything. It's not, what it's not, I'll tell you. It's not Chron.com, which is the Houston Chronicle. It is not Forbes.com. It is not Wikipedia. It is not, it is almost not any site except something you find through our library. And you can even click primary sources, okay? So be really careful. I will ding you on crap sources. I will. It's one of my pet peeves, and it's not even a pet peeve. That's a reality of academic work, okay? We don't go and source someone's blog, okay? You don't source websites. Here's a rule of thumb. If it's got advertising on it, it's probably a crap source, okay? And I don't mean crap like it's not good, but I mean it's not an academic source. It's not a source to use as a primary source that's going to support what you're trying to say here, okay? If you have a question about those and want to get back to me, go ahead. But I'm going to look at your sources and err on the side. So, textbooks and research papers and doctoral theses and industry journals or, like from Harvard Press and from all JSTOR, from that. But if it's something where they're selling you something on there, then I'd be careful on what you're going to use and why you're using it. If you have questions, let me know. Some people inevitably will email me and say, look, my focus, my concentration just doesn't have anything. I mean, it's construction management. Like, do it. And I'd be like, no, it is. There is construction management, studies, research, primary sources. So I'll help you if you need to, okay? But give it your best shot. And I would like to see, you have 4 sources at least for each concentration you do. And I want one concentration. This is one paper. MAPS 1 is one paper. One of your concentrations is on top. Next concentration is like in a second part, same paper. In between those, you have your one. You can have 4 sources that you're using. Then you have your other concentration and 4 sources that you're going to use. Okay. Remember times New Roman 12 point font. use paragraph indents. I will ding you for format. Look at the rubric, okay? This is an academic paper. I'd like double line spacing, no extra giant spaces between paragraphs. If it's between a section and you want to do an extra double line space, go for it, that's fine. Okay, I don't need a cover page. I don't need an abstract. And no, I don't want a cover page. I don't want an abstract. And running head is up to you, okay, but I need your name on the paper. Running head would be great. I have to have your name in the file name. Remember when you upload it, you know, maps1_fair, you know, .doc. That's what I need, okay? I don't want to spend too much time on that. Obviously, it sounds like I'm really weird about that, but I do like to have you have a little discipline in your writing academic style. Okay, so let's get into looking at this. What am I doing here? Okay, cognitive mapping. I don't know. Okay, what is this? The discussion board. Okay, you're going to select an issue, an article. There's nothing going on in the news, right? Ha! Okay, let's see. It's like, did you ever see Red Dawn? See the original one, okay. All right, and you're gonna ask those questions and answer those questions. You can copy and paste those. Discussion board, remember, is not a Word doc. Nothing fancy at discussion board. Get it up there, get it going. All right, then Maps 1. This is it. All right, this is your last big assignments due Sunday, July 22nd before midnight Arizona time. 90 points possible. There's a rubric you can click on to view the rubric, and you'll be able to see how I'm going to break it down in categories. And remember that there's two different disciplines, two different focuses here that you're going to have on this. Okay, all right. So read that. If you have any questions, I mean, for the people that have business, I'm asking you to take it down one notch if you can, to a part of business that you're interested in, whether it's sales or management or I don't know what else is in business, right? Okay, you know, but you know, marketing, those kind of things. You can take it down a notch if it's business, okay? And the same with, I don't think we have any foreign language, but if you are, there's a little note in there about that. Okay, there's a little, again, repeating why it's important, why this is important, why we feel this gives you a foundational way to think about interdisciplinary studies, along with thinking about your concentration, because that's what you're in this for, is your stuff. Okay, is what you're going to do with it, all right? Okay, so, and read this instructions. I want two different headings. There's, you know, and there's the points breakdown is in there, but I do have a rubric. I might change that yet because I don't want it to be confusing. I've got like 20 points each. Well, I think it's fine. Okay, and I am going to go through Safe Assign on this. If you know what that is, that tells me, you know, how much, you know, if you're copying, and, you know, it's fine. You're using sources, using quotations, you're, you know, attributing your quotes correctly and things. That's fine. All right. Now, I'm sure some people are going to have trouble with in-text citations. I'd like you to use, you can go to Purdue OWL on here, APA format. It's basically, okay, just remember this. Your in-text citation, you know, in parentheses, it doesn't come after the punctuation or the period, okay? I should be using this hand, is that how we're looking at it? Okay, so you're writing your sentence, and then before the punctuation, that's when you have your parentheses, and you have Smith, you know, comma, you know, 1998, whatever, if you have page number in there, have you close parentheses, period, okay? It isn't sentence, period, then parentheses, because that starts the next sentence. And I'll point that out to you, okay? Because you'll do it. All right, so use APA format for your in-text citations. Go through it, it's pretty simple. It's on the left side of the menu. I got Purdue OWL APA formatting. If you look at that, just look at the basics, authors. You don't have to worry about endnotes and footnotes. Look at basic rules, authors, and then you can, you know, books. You don't have to look at all of it. It's very simple to find out what kind of citation you need, and then do it. Okay. Remember that the bibliography starts on its own page. Okay. You use it's been so long. Use The paragraphs that are hanging paragraphs, okay, you know what those are? The first line sticks out and the other lines are indented. That's a hanging paragraph. If you don't know how to do that, you highlight your section, right click it, look for a paragraph, drop down menu, hit hanging, you're good to go. All right, if you need any help with all that stuff, there's a writing center, ASU Writing Center. You can get a hold of them by phone. Also, if you need to get a hold of me, you can. If I'm on the 12th hole smoking a Cuban, I don't know if I'll answer. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so still getting over jet lag. Other than that, okay, so according to this thing, yeah, that's no cover page needed. So that's it. That's all you got to do in 5 days, huh? Wow. Good luck. Anyways, you guys are doing a great job. Appreciate it. You're emailing me questions. You're thinking outside the box. Most of you are really having bang up scores already, and I like that. Makes my job easier, and I hope it makes it more pleasurable for you. So, and oh my God, what did I say? Did I already give a? Yes, I already did sources, right? So let's do another one. Let's call it half, HALF, because we're halfway through this class. You know that? I mean, it's almost, I mean, it's flying, okay? So use that one as your second one. I am on, almost going on 17 minutes. Good. Getting you guys, you know, this is like a class thing, I guess, lecture. All right, and again, I'm just going to check really quick on the grading. All right, you guys got my due dates. If you haven't fallen behind on something, let me know. But you know, running a tight ship, and you guys are doing really well at it. So I'm going to get out of this. All right, so I'm looking good. I just have Module 3 things to grade and anything else I might be caught up with. Remember, if you haven't finished anything from Module 1, I think tonight's the last night you can do anything from Module 1 and get credit for it, okay? So you guys have a great day. I hope the focus didn't drive you crazy here, because that really stinks. You gotta. But then again, I may look better when I'm blurred, right? All right, have a good one. Forks up.